Hi, everyone. I hope that you guys are having a wonderful evening. Kara and I are so excited to bring tons of value to you this evening about our upcoming Clearing Money Blocks and Manifesting Abundance workshop. We had so much fun doing it in person in Moncton last month, and we're just so excited to be bringing it to you guys online by popular demand because so many of you are following us and you're just not in the Moncton or New Brunswick or Nova Scotia area. So we're bringing it online so everyone can have access to their own abundance and have help and support on their journey. So this evening, we're going to intro a little bit about Theta Healing, what I do, EFT, and what Kara does, and all the magic that we have going on in this amazing workshop, give you guys some clearing energy so that you can get to know what that feels like, kind of see some of your maybe subconscious limiting beliefs, get some awareness on what's happening in your life so you can see if this is a workshop that's a great fit for you or not. And even if it's not, and you're like, I'm not ready for that right now, you're going to get a ton of value right now. And we're also going to go live in Kara's group tomorrow to get even more value and to supply you guys with so much cool information. So definitely let us know when you're popping on live. We're on the Be Live platform, so we can't see you. And I know we have one person live now, so be sure to say hi as you pop on. Even if you're catching the replay, we want this to be engaging as well. So if you have any questions, any comments, if you're feeling anything as we're doing those energetic shifts, those downloads, those tapping exercises, definitely let us know what you're experiencing. And if you have anyone who would love this as well, definitely share it out. Tag some friends who love EFT or tapping, who love the Theta Healing downloads that I do so that they can get this wonderful value in their life as well. So I'm Laura McPhee. I'm a happiness coach and healer. I love empowering women to get to their dream happy lives. I love helping people let go of all their stress and worry and overwhelm and all the weight and pressure of day-to-day life so they can live their happy, healthy, fulfilling, abundant, and joyful lives. So that's what I do, and I use a healing modality called Theta Healing. So that deals directly with your subconscious mind. So in kind of realm of your mind's capacity, around 5% is your conscious mind. So that's when we're thinking, I want a happy, healthy, fulfilling, abundant, financially free, amazing life. But your whole mind's capacity, that's only 5% of your conscious. So it's kind of like the tip of the iceberg if you want to see it that way. And the other 95% is your subconscious mind. So it's kind of like beneath the surface, the bulk of the iceberg. And your subconscious has been formed since you were childhood and even influenced by past lives. So you're a sponge when you're a child and you're influenced by your friends and family and teachers and parents and society. So unfortunately, there's some negative subconscious beliefs, limiting beliefs, blockages that get formed, especially around fears, fear of success, fear of failure, scarce mentality, just like being small, being constricted and small, and just in that scarce feeling of I need to get by, and in that fight flight of I just need to survive. And we don't want you to be in survival mode. We want you guys to be thriving. So we use Theta Healing to move you past that, to see where you're at and where you want to be. And it's also really cool to use muscle testing to figure out where you're at in that, to see what your limiting beliefs are, what your subconscious mind is actually thinking you're feeling. So I can show you guys how to muscle test as well. And then Theta Healing is super easy energy work. All you have to do is say yes. So you kind of imagine your subconscious mind as this really outdated laptop, one that just hasn't been running right. And you're like, oh, I'm kind of not really feeling this is efficient or where I want to be. So if you had a laptop like that, you would want to download new software on it. So you'd say yes and download that. So in Theta Healing, it's kind of similar. You can see that there's a gap between where you're at and where you want to be. So we do downloads through your higher power, and I'm going to use higher power, but you guys can substitute in your head source energy, universe, God, creator, angels, higher self, spirit guides, spirit animals, whatever verbiage you like to use. You can always substitute that in, and then it's really easy. All you have to do to receive those downloads, that healing energy, is to say yes. So it's very easy, very simple. And the muscle testing is really cool, and I love empowering my clients and the people that I work with to know how to muscle test so that they can kind of tap into that subconscious mind and all that stuff that's going on. So if you take your fingers and kind of imaginary that there's a $20 bill that you don't want to blow away in the wind. So you're holding your thumb and your finger together with just enough kind of hold that it would keep your $20 bill there. It's not like a workout where you're going to hold on forever. It's just enough. So I love that Kara is joining me in this, and you're at home. No one else. Yes, it's so cool. No one else can see you, so we encourage you to show us.
It's such a great way to see where your limiting beliefs are, right? I mean, our body holds so much wisdom, and to really tap into that and say what are those subconscious beliefs, and then to be able to do the clearing, the Theta Healing, and check in again later and be able to the shift is so cool. So I'm definitely joining. I always like a refresher as well, because when I do the muscle testing, I would just how I learned was I would hold on to an item and I would see like what way my body went. Like for yes, it would usually go forward, or for no, it would go back. So I'm still learning to do like this more efficient way, I would say.
Awesome. Yeah. A lot of people like the sway test too. So if you guys ever want to do that, if you were like, oh, this kind of, I'm not sure if I'm in my head too much or if I'm focusing on it to open or shut, you can definitely do the standing way as well. It's super easy, just like Kara said. If you want to just stand up, kind of have your feet hip width apart, so you're just feeling really grounded and centered. You can take a deep breath to kind of just ground your energy, so you kind of just clear your mind a little bit and say out loud, show me a yes, and notice how your body moves. So for a lot of people, their yes tends to be moving forward, but sometimes people go side to side. No judgment here on how you move. It's just your yes and your no. And it's important for you to know what that feels like in your body. So you can do the same thing for no. Take your deep breath. You can shut your eyes if you're like, I really want to get out of my head and just feel into my body. And then say out loud again, show me a no, and just feel how you sway. So that's really interesting. And then the muscle testing with your fingers. And some people can do it with their eyes. Some people can do it just with their upper body. Like there's a bunch of different ways to muscle test. So whatever way you want to. The way with your fingers is that your muscles know if you're saying a true statement to yourself or a false statement. So when you're lying, when you say those false statements, your muscles get a little bit weaker, which allows it to break. So every time it breaks, it's a false, and it's true when it stays strong. So then you use your other fingers kind of as pliers to pull them apart. So everyone at home can join us, and you can start by saying, my name is, and say your actual name. So when I say my name is Laura, stay strong. So you guys can try that with your name. And then my name is Jack. And then it breaks. So it's really cool because we can actually test that. And we do have a money blocks questionnaire that I created for the last workshop that I could also share in the event page again, so that people can muscle test and see what kind of limiting beliefs that they have. Because a lot of people are kind of surprised by the beliefs that we have. So like, I have money blocks, like yes or no. You can muscle test a variety of things. We won't get into too much muscle testing on this one. We'll save the good damage.
Like I love the forms, and I know like the testimonials we were getting afterwards. A lot of people were saying I wasn't even aware that was blocking me. Like I was still releasing being in like financial flow because of the debt that I had, or because of the loans. Like to pinpoint what it is so powerful to know exactly. Like it's really cool. And then to see after that, oh, like I can release, I can clear that it doesn't need to be that hard. Like it can be an easy thing to clear and release.
Exactly. And a lot of people, like I was kind of called to doing that because sometimes people feel stuck and they're not sure exactly why. They're just in that stuck energy, and sometimes just figuring out what that problem is, what that limiting belief that you have is like half of your solution, because then you have that clarity to be like, okay, what triggered that? What root do I have around that? What's my like most painful memory around that? What did my parents show me or experience to me? What like was reflected? Was money always the root of all evil in my house because there was always fights and arguments and conflicts around it? Do I have really sad memories around I couldn't do things that I want, or I couldn't go to Disney World or something like that because they didn't have money? So all those things, even if we aren't consciously aware of them on our day-to-day life, they still live in our subconscious. So it's really cool to bring that awareness and that insight through muscle testing to see what people have. Awesome.
Yeah, and say hi if you're joining us here. I think we can see the comments on the live too, so definitely say hi and feel free to send some hearts and likes if this is resonating. For sure. I think Theta Healing is amazing. I even got into Theta Healing prior to doing EFT. Like it was something I used to help like break money blocks. And I'm not certified in. I think I'm echoing a little bit. I can hear my voice.
I don't hear it on my side, but if you hear it on your side, we're still in Mercury retrograde, so sometimes it does funny things. Blame
it on that. I probably should have headphones in. I don't even have any here. I'm a little, but
well, you sound fine for me. Maybe the 6 people who are watching. Does she sound like she's echoing?
I don't know if I'm echoing. I think I am a little bit. I can definitely hear my side, but healing was something I discovered prior to EFT, and I used that to like break through some of the money blocks that I had, along with many other limiting beliefs. And what I noticed with Theta Healing too, and I think this is important for people to know, I didn't always feel a shift right away, although I think clearing was happening. But I would notice like 2 weeks later, things in my life started to change and I was showing up differently. So it's really cool that it's not necessarily like a lot of clearing can happen in the moment, but where you really see the difference is in your day-to-day life. So if you're talking about money, it can be suddenly like you receive money in an unexpected way, which happened with participants and like that did the in-person workshop, like just finding money or realizing like somebody sent you a check because they owed you money, like they here and come in, and sometimes you see that after the fact, and it's I find it's the same with EFT as well. Like you definitely feel the shift in the moment, but then it's afterwards when you get into your life and like your day-to-day routine that you can really see where the changes have happened, and you know, you're getting more paying clients if you're in business. Like suddenly, you know, you sign a high-end one-on-one client, like you see those shifts afterwards as well, and that's important to know too. Like everybody's energy responds differently. So even though the clearing and the download might be right away, you can really do that in the weeks that follow. So
yeah, and I definitely resonate with that as well. Like sometimes when I've been in sessions, and like Theta Healing has completely changed my life, guys. Like that's why I decided to get certified and to bring this to the people in my world, in my life, because it had such huge drastic effects. So yes, in those ways where like, especially the beginning kind of sessions that I'd have, or even just being introduced to it for 30 minutes at a wellness expo, I was like, okay, like this is kind of woo woo or like whatever, like maybe it'll help me release some of the stress, sure. But then I'd react differently in my day-to-day life. And I was like, who am I? Like, I'm a whole other person. Like I'm calm. Like that used to like send me in a huge downward spiral, and I'm like, fine.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, very cool.
Yep. So can you explain more about EFT so that the people who aren't familiar with tapping and all that goodness, so that they can understand?
Absolutely, yeah. So it stands for the emotional freedom technique, also known as tapping as well. And you're literally, I can still hear that echo.
I'm wondering if our comments aren't showing up. I watched another live earlier and no one was getting their comments, even though, so I'm wondering if, I know that there's been some BeLive issues that their engineers are working on, because we have like 9 people.
We can't blame it on Mercury retrograde. The echo, but anyway, so EFT stands for the emotional freedom technique, also known as tapping, and you're literally using your hands to tap on different acupressure points in your body in a specific sequence. And it's really good for clearing out your energetic field, because we hold a lot, like we hold a lot of emotion in our body. That's really where we hold our belief systems, like we feel that. So when we're doing EFT, we're shifting that energy. We're shifting that on a physical level and also energetically. It's also really good at shutting off that fight, flight, or freeze response in our body. So like when your body goes into that panic mode and you can't think clearly, and it really just stops you from moving forward, EFT is really good at shutting that off and sending the message to your brain that it's okay to your body. That's really where we focus.
I am checking. We are getting comments. So on my phone, there's a bunch of comments and I just muted it. So on our side, guys, I'm sorry, we have not been ignoring you. So I'll just address that.
But thank you. We'll go back anyway. And now you can read them through. If there's any questions or anything, guys, definitely. But yeah, EFT can be used for like a range of things. But in like the upcoming workshop, we're going to use it to release money blocks and really like claim your birthright to prosperity, because we live in an abundant universe. Like you just have to go for a walk in nature to realize like we're living in abundance. There is more than enough. So the question is, am I receiving that? Have I created space to receive what I want? And if not, like I'll often talk about blocks, which can seem so like strong and like permanent, but really a block is just a limiting belief. And a belief is just a thought that we kept thinking long enough that it's become more ingrained. And EFT can be a way to get to the root of that, get to the core of that, and really shift it. And in the workshop, we can be really specific as well. Like if it's stress around debt, maybe you feel like you're drowning in debt. So that stress is going to prevent you from receiving more. So we can tap specifically on that. Or maybe it is just trouble with like receiving money for some people. And I know this was a big one for me. Like I feel feel more comfortable giving than receiving. And that was showing up in different areas of my life, like difficulties receiving help, wanting to do it all on my own. But these are all things I worked on. I think initially probably receiving compliments as well, until I practiced just saying thank you and moving on and not justifying. But that was coming over to other areas too, like in receiving money. So it's all connected as well. So EFT can really be specific as well in targeting, like what are those blocks for you? Or if there's a memory from childhood as well, like if you witness your parents having lots of arguments around money as a kid, you can start to internalize and think that money leads to fights. So money must be evil. And of course, there's many different ways as a child that we can interpret that. Another kid may grow up in that environment and realize, I'm going to manifest a lot of money because I never want money to lead to issues in my relationship. So it just depends how you interpret that. But you can definitely go back to those like early childhood events and really use EFT as a way to like clear and release some of the memories that could be blocking you from being in abundance today. So if you're open, Laura, I can do like an EFT exercise just to give people a sample and clearing, or people that are watching.
Definitely.
On that.
Yeah, and I'll say hi to the people who have been saying hi and have been doing the things that we asked them to do. We just couldn't see it on our end. So sorry, guys. So hi, Marlene and Tanya and Crystal. And Marlene said it's an awesome technique. Hi, Vicky and Kristen. And then it's a button that says like 19 others have popped in and out. I'm not going to click on that to find out who has popped in and out. Hi, Judy. Hi, Michelle. And then Marlene said, I've used EFT a little in the past. Listening to you, Kara, I think I'm going to look more into it. Wonderful. And hi, Sharon. And then Marlene says, yes. And Krista, I'm down with EFT. Awesome. And thank you guys for all the hearts and the loves. I see it here now. So I'm sorry for ignoring your guys' stuff before.
Yeah, I think I heard other people talking about Be Live too, like the comments and stuff were coming through. But yeah, so let's do an EFT clearing.
For sure.
It sounds like a lot of people here have tried EFT that are tuning in now, but if you're new to it, just tap along. It'll
It's very easy points, guys.
It's a little funny if you're new to it, but you'll feel the shift. So just put that aside, put the ego aside and join. Yeah, so we'll start just by getting nice and comfortable. You're welcome to close your eyes if you like. Just take a deep breath in. And then exhale fully. And just start to call to mind what your money story is, or when you think about money, how does that feel in your body? Notice if there's any part of you that constricts or any limiting beliefs that come in. Just notice when you think about money, how does that feel in your body? And on a scale of 1 to 10, how much stress is this causing in your life? So 10, lots of stress and overwhelm related to money, or feeling like I don't have enough to do the things I want. And 1, no stress at all. I feel like I'm in money flow. Money comes easily to me. Just simply notice what number comes to mind first. Yeah, take a deep breath in. And exhale. And we'll go into the karate chop point. And do you want to repeat after me, Laura?
Definitely, I will.
Even though at times money causes stress.
Even though at times money causes stress.
I don't seem to have enough of it.
I don't seem to have enough of it.
But in this moment, I'm choosing to release the doubts and fears.
But in this moment, I'm choosing to release the doubts and fears.
And to claim my birthright to prosperity.
And to claim my birthright to prosperity.
Even though at times money leads to stress and overwhelm.
Even though at times money leads to stress and overwhelm.
I feel like I don't have enough to do the things I want.
I feel like I don't have enough to do the things that I want.
But I choose to love and accept myself anyway.
But I choose to love and accept myself anyway.
In the past, money has been a source of stress in my life.
In the past, money has been a source of stress in my life.
But going forward, I'm choosing to feel empowered around money.
But going forward, I'm choosing to feel empowered about money.
It flows to me with ease.
It flows to me with ease.
All right, let's take a deep breath. And exhale. We'll go into the eyebrow points. This feeling of stress.
This feeling of stress.
This feeling of overwhelm.
This feeling of overwhelm.
When I think about money.
When I think about money.
It feels like I don't have enough of it.
It feels like I don't have enough of it.
It feels like I'm drowning in debt.
It feels like I'm drowning in debt.
So many bills to pay.
So many bills to pay.
But I'm choosing to release the stress now.
But I'm choosing to release the stress now.
And I'm open to having things be different.
And I'm open to having things be different.
What if money could flow to me with ease?
What if money could flow to me with ease?
What if this could all be easier than I've made it out to be?
What if this could all be easier than what I've made it out to be?
What if I could be an abundant goddess?
What if I could be an abundant goddess?
Always in money flow.
Always in money flow.
Giving and receiving money with ease.
Giving and receiving money with ease.
I choose to claim my birthright to prosperity.
I choose to claim my birthright to prosperity.
I choose to release any limiting beliefs around money.
I choose to release any limiting beliefs around money.
I choose to allow money to flow to me with ease.
I choose to allow money to flow to me with ease.
I live in an abundant universe.
I live in an abundant universe.
And I allow this abundance into my experience.
And I allow this abundance into my experience.
I receive an abundance of money.
I receive an abundance of money.
All right, let's take a deep breath. And exhale. Just checking in with yourself again. Notice how your body feels. That was a few rounds of tapping. So just check in, see how you feel. And on a scale of 1 to 10, when you think about money, how much stress is there now? Just notice if it shifted at all or you have any new ideas coming in. Wherever you are is okay. And just take one more deep breath. And exhale. And opening your eyes when you're ready. So that was just a sample of EFT.
It always feels so great.
I love it. I always feel a shift right away. I always feel lighter.
Yeah.
A lot of clients say they feel lighter afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Some people get like images that come in. They'll have memories that surface. It's not uncommon to have memories come in as we tap on the points,
Mm-hmm.
or to have a limiting belief come up. Like we may tap on money flows with ease, and in your mind you're thinking, well, no, it doesn't.
Yep.
So if I'm working one-on-one or in the workshop, we'll be able to dig in a little bit deeper. Like this was really a sample of releasing some of the beliefs and then affirming what you want. But EFT can work really well when you dive into what specifically is like blocking you and then what specifically you want to call in. So we can do more of that in the workshop, but just this alone will give you an idea and will help shift your energy. Like absolutely, you can notice a difference just from doing this.
Definitely. And if you guys want to share in the comments how you feel after that first round of tapping, let us know. I know my number went from like 8 to a 3. So that was really awesome. Like typically my numbers go down even more. So I'm like, ooh, that's a deeper one. I have to work a little bit more on that thing that I was thinking of. Usually like a round I can do like get it down to 0. So I'm like, ooh, more work.
Yeah, some beliefs are more stubborn than others, and it just means there's probably more practice. They're more ingrained. It's interesting to think, like Laura, you talked about a lot of the beliefs like forming those first 7 years, which is, it's true. And it's crazy to think like, oh, I might be 35 today, and I adapted this belief at the age of 5, and I'm still carrying it around. And it's time to release it. And there's a lot of good beliefs we have too. It's not like it's just negative, but it's the ones that are holding us back that we're able to really release and rewire our brain to see things in a new way.
Yes, definitely. And people are loving it. So Marla said she went from 10 to a 5. So that's awesome. Krista went from 7 to 3. My 4-year-old said she feels great. Wonderful.
Oh, I love that.
Awesome. Marlene, that was awesome. From a 5 to a 3. Tanya, Yes, for sure. Lighter was feeling at a 10 and now a 6. And yes, I had face shadow images appear. And then thank you. That was so amazing. Whoops. And Christy jumped on. So hi, Christy. And Tanya said hello, Christy love. Wonderful. So I'm glad that that shifted and changed for you guys. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. And then we can also do theta healing downloads to make you guys
there. There you are. Oh no, I can't see the theta healing download.
Yeah, it like flicked and then I was like, I'm still here. Okay, so Mercury retrograde's just having fun with us, guys, but we're flowing through it.
Because I'm an astrologer, this week's challenging for retrogrades, and I never like to get into like the victim mode. I have fun with it, like saying, "Oh,
it's been very good for reflection for me. It's been good."
But this week can present some challenges. Like we've had some challenging aspects happening in the planets with like Mercury happening with the planet Mars and Saturn. That's causing a little bit of friction in different areas. So
interesting. Well, I'm back. They said what, but we're back. Okay, so we're all good, and we'll get into those theta healing downloads and also clear like whatever negative energy around this. Not seeing comments in the flickering video and the sound. We'll also clear that. So all you guys have to say for the healing downloads is yes. You guys can write yes in the comments below. So in obviously the workshop, we're going to go even deeper into all the different aspects of your money blocks. So your thoughts and feelings around money and your negative thoughts around like money is the root of all evil. Money is this like evil, negative, corrupt being or energy, or that a lot of people who are wealthy are evil or negative, or your negative beliefs and thoughts around getting your bills, around loans and student loans and mortgages and debt and all the things you have to pay down, and all the negative financial kind of responsibility you feel and all that weight and pressure and all that junk. So we can't do all of that now. Obviously, that's why we're doing the whole workshop. So whatever version of that you want to focus on, if you're like, oh my God, I have so much debt in my life right now, focus on that debt, focus on how that's making you feel. If you're thinking like, oh my God, I have these big bills coming up and it's like super stressing me out, whatever area you want to focus on, that's what those healing energies will be for. So right now, just to take like about a minute and think about that situation. So you can think about if you have a lot of debt, the number of debt that you're in, how anxious or stressed out or worried or trapped you feel around that, or if you have those victim stories in your head playing around, like I'll never be able to dig myself out of this and all those negative things. So I'll give you some time just to kind of think about whatever version of your money block that you're on right now that you want to clear so that we can clear it specifically for the one that you're thinking of right now. And it's really cool because when you're watching the replay, you can use this over and over. That's why I love to do theta healing online. I even listen to some of my own videos later because I'm like, ooh, I want to get on like more layers of this and like be prompted and just say yes and do easier work. So you can always feel free to watch the replays again later. So just get your thought, your feeling around that. Do you feel really stressed? Do you feel really sad or trapped with your current money block, that money story that's holding you back? Are you like fucking pissed and frustrated and like just angry about the situation you got yourself in, or maybe someone else helped to get you in that area? Do you have resentments or any arguments around money that you're going through? Because we can clear all those. So now that you have a bit of time to clear that, and people are commenting yes that they're going to say yes to the downloads, so that's awesome. Oh, and Christy, Facebook is making changes and BeLive is working on the adjustments. So we're just going to be patient. So we'll clear all that negative energy that you just thought of, all of those memories, and we'll get to the root of those memories. So the first instant that that situation or circumstance happened in your life, you can kind of take yourself back to that moment. If you saw your parents fighting, if you were like, oh my God, I can't believe I got myself in a student loan, or any of those fears, all that like hardship that came up around you, we can clear that from you completely if you guys want to say yes. And we'll release all the baggage and the junk around that, all the shock and cell trauma and frozen energy around those. We'll clear it completely on all levels, and we'll cut all the cords, contracts, commitments, vows and obligations and bonds that are holding you to those negative stories with your money and to your negative experiences with money in your life right now, and show you who you are and what your life looks like without those. How you can feel more abundant, how you can move in inspired action towards reducing your debt, towards creating more ease and joy and speed in paying your bills, paying your loans, and living without hurting yourself or beating yourself up around the financial situation that you're in right now, or those negative financial responsibilities that you're feeling. It'll release all that pain and pressure and suffering, all that hurt and loss and sacrifice that you've gone through. We'll clear it completely for you now if you want to say yes.
Yes.
And we'll show you through your higher power, your identity as the abundant woman, goddess, man that you are, so that you can live without these negative money stories, these negative money identities in your world around I'm always broke, I'm always just living paycheck to paycheck, just getting by. We'll clear those from a cellular level and from an ancestral level as well, so that you can move forward knowing who you are with abundance in your life, that you are abundance, that you are connected to an unlimited source, that there is so much abundance around you, and that you can tap into more of that abundance within you and expand and grow and allow more space in your life to receive the abundance that's your birthright to have, that you're worthy and deserving of having in your world, so you can be financially abundant and financially free in your life, and that you know how to move in inspired action and make those comfortable baby steps outside your comfort zone through your higher power, and that you know how to follow those signs, those kind of intuitive hits that you get, and that you know how to follow your gut, how to follow those signs that you're getting so that you can receive more abundance in your life. And if you want that, you can say yes. And then we can integrate those changes. Awesome. And with that clearing, Be Live got better because I'm seeing all the yeses on here now. So ThetaHealing is magic and makes everything better. So we can integrate those changes. I can also offer you guys a general healing for whatever else is ready to be healed in your body right now. And I can fill you up with your higher powers, unconditional love and compassion, joy, happiness, and the tune of abundance, so you can receive it more cellularly, that from the basic level that you can upgrade your vibration to receive and allow more abundance into your world. And if you want that, you can say yes.
Yeah.
And then you guys can take some deep cleansing breaths. And again, you can check into your body and see the shifts that you've experienced just from these general clearings just over the last couple minutes. Just check into your body.
Love it, Laura. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I love how you mentioned too, like clearing ancestral patterns, right? Because things
yes.
on like through generations too, and really have that power to like heal and clear for ourselves and future generations as well.
Yes, definitely. We want to make it so that it stops with us, so that we can create a better world for ourselves, for our kids, for even our parents. Like when we start making these healings, other people see it. Like you show up as light for other people, so they're like, oh, okay, like what are you doing? You can have that. I can have that. Okay. And they become more and more open. So we can heal it forward and going back. So that's really cool.
Yeah, and it's so neat. Like I always tell clients, we can't like change ourselves and hope that it's going to change someone else, because we can never control that.
Exactly.
But it's really amazing how as we shift and heal and work on our own energy, it influences the dynamic of like all our relationships, whether that's clients or it's like everybody that's attached to us can benefit from the work we're doing. And it's
so true.
Cool to see that.
I love it. And thank you all for saying yes. Now we can put your awesome comments on the screen. So everyone was loving it, saying yes to all the wonderful downloads. So let us know how that's feeling, especially if you guys are catching the replay. We still want to know and engage with you and see how that's feeling. So the EFT or the Theta Healing, kind of how you shifted and felt those different changes, because we love to hear from you guys.
Absolutely. Yeah, awesome. It's always good to hear afterwards, so before and after, for sure.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, and if you want to do more clearings, we are going to be tomorrow in the Goddess community, Spiritual Goddess Healing the World Together. Laura and I are going to be doing more clearings. So that's 12 p.m. Eastern. I think we settled on.
Yes.
Is it 12 Eastern? Yeah, so if you're not in the community, jump over so you can get in on that tomorrow. Definitely, if you want to go deeper, sign up for the workshop. So.
Yes, and we have really amazing bonuses too, guys. So, like, I personally, my favorite out of all the bonuses is Kara's wallpapers for the phone. So, like, on my phone, I don't know if you guys can see it. We can try. No, it's way too bright. But it says, I am abundant in all ways. And then I have a different one from my lock screen to like my actual thing. It's like, I claim my birthright to prosperity. So whenever I check my phone, and now I'm very, very, very aware of how often I check my phone, I say these like things 1,000 times a day now. So if you want to make checking your phone like a healthy thing in your life, get these amazing wallpapers so you can put really awesome affirmations into your world so you'll attract more and more awesomeness and abundance into your world. So I love the wallpapers. Do you want to explain a little bit more about your tapping worksheet?
Sure, yeah. So these are just the bonuses. And as soon as you sign up, I'm still hearing echo. I hope it's not showing up for everyone else.
Okay, well, I'm not hearing it. So I'm really hoping, fingers crossed, the recording is good.
But yes, so these are just bonuses. So as soon as you sign up, you get access to this right away. And we do have the wallpaper, which is so cool. And then I also have a tapping script. So if you enjoyed the EFT and you want to use EFT as a way to release money blocks, but you're not sure what to say, I have a script that will walk you through what to say on each of the points. So you can start the clearing process right away. So you get that, you get the wallpaper. And then Laura has a really cool bonus too, with power mantras and some reflection questions that are really neat.
It's your like money power up worksheet. So you can do that little bit of inward reflection and see kind of a cause of what these money blocks are kind of creating within your world, that you're like, okay, now that I've reflected on it, now that I've taken some time for myself and see the effects, you're more committed to changing it because you're like, oh my God, this has really influenced my life. And I'm not going to give away the questions here. You have to get the bonuses to find it out. But it's really awesome to have that bit of reflection to move forward. And then I love the power mantras because I'm all about affirmations. So that's just like high vibration things that you can say, repeat, you can put it on your wall so that you can get in that higher vibration and make it a regular basis where you're saying these great things about yourself, because we don't realize all the negative thoughts, those things that the ego says on a regular basis. We're just kind of changing those neural pathways in your head from those negative stories to more positive ones. So through the wallpaper, which I love and is super pretty, and then through these amazing money power up mantras to really raise your vibration in those areas.
Yeah, and eventually it becomes the new default too. Like sometimes people think, do I have to tap on this forever? Do I always have to repeat this? But eventually it becomes easier. It's like it's the new default. It becomes natural. So let's get easier as you go.
Yes, and those are only early bird bonuses, guys. So that's until April 12th. So we'll put in the links below right after we're done here. The links so that you guys can join live right now. You can get your like immediate access to your 3 amazing bonuses. And then we're going to do our actual workshop on April 19th. So that's going to be 8 Atlantic and then 7 Eastern for people. So we'll put that link so it's super easily accessible. And also, Kara, can you put your link to the Goddess community so that they know where to join us tomorrow at 12 Eastern, 1 Atlantic for even more. And this is going to be, again, more amazing value for you guys around tapping, around theta healing, so you guys can just clear more, because we want to raise the vibration of the planet. Like, the planet's going to change by people who are light workers and goddesses and heart-centered, amazing, moral people getting money and giving to their and investing in renewable energies and investing in our health and these amazing things that you can't do if you're broke. If you're just like trying to scrape by, like barely making ends meet, then you can't give and invest in the things that you want. You can't invest in yourself. You can't invest in like organic food for your amazing channel to be better and brighter in your world. So we want everyone to be in these high vibration communities, because obviously if you resonate with Kara or myself, you're a high vibration, amazing person in this world. So we want you guys to claim your abundance so we can create this amazing new world of joyful, abundant people who have healthy and peaceful lives.
Well said. I love it. Love it. So we'll definitely share those links so you can sign up and join us for this and raise the prosperity frequency. Absolutely.
And I also wanted to share some of the amazing testimonials from our first one, because we had amazing people who shared their awesome experiences. So it's also online, but I wanted to share it with you guys here. So Jess Neary, an amazing goddess, said, many subconscious beliefs I thought weren't driving my life surfaced while attending this workshop, training with Kara and Laura. Since then, I have taken action at removing blocks and undesired beliefs out of the driver's seat. With this newfound point of attraction, financial abundance has gained much traction and momentum. Thank you, ladies, for creating the space, which has brought about many epiphanies in our family's life. So I love that.
I love it. I know it's so amazing. And I love how Jess mentioned like her family as well, because again, it's like impacting your children, your husband, or your wife. So like it's affecting everybody you're connected with. So yeah.
Definitely. And we had other ones on there. You guys can check out the events as well. Eve even shared a video testimonial of how he's had the best month like ever in his business, like not even year to date, like ever in his business. And he attributed it to doing these money block workshops, to clearing all this, and to find out ways to manifest his abundance and to receive more. So you guys can check out all those awesome things to see if it's really right fit for you. If you've watched this far, I'm sure it is. I totally believe that synchronicity is the universe. So if that like little nudge is telling you to join, definitely join us. We want to support you and give you so much value to get to your amazing abundant lives. So definitely feel free to join us on April 19th on that evening. And it's also being recorded, so there's no excuse of like, I don't have time or I'm busy that night. We're eliminating all of your excuses that you have time. Your negative voice can't hold you back. You get to choose.
And I have had people ask that. You do get to keep the video recording. So whether you're there live or you can't be, you can go back and continue doing these clearings, which is really cool as well. Sometimes there's a lot of power revisiting it. So you continue to get like the divine downloads. You continue to do the tapping with me. So ton of value. It's not like it's a one-time thing. You can keep now and go back. So pretty neat.
Definitely. Awesome. So I think those were all the main points that we were going to cover.
Good. Yeah.
So definitely feel free to join us, guys. Join us again tomorrow. It's completely free in Kara's wonderful goddess community. So be sure to join us over there tomorrow. And we're sending you guys so much love and so much light. Have a great night.